Hello everybody, my name is Ed. Welcome to my channel, Terrace Garden. Today I will be demonstrating how to grow cherries from seeds. The same rules apply to any stone fruit like plums, nectarines, peaches, almonds. So any kind of seed that's encased in hard shell, the same principle applies. I will be showing you, the example will be cherries. So we got some cherry pits and I have some plum pits from Italian plums. So what you need for this task is you need a pair of pliers that have wire cutting ends here. Those are the ends we'll be using at the base. If you use the flat part, you have a better chance of squishing the seed, which obviously would be undesirable. So the next thing you need is a glass of water. You need cinnamon. I use true cinnamon or Ceylon cinnamon, but I guess the cheaper version would do. Whatever you have. And the next thing is a Ziploc bag filled with some seed starting mix, or if you have a coco coir, that will do also. So just don't use like garden soil or like topsoil or any kind of stuff like that, because there could be some, it's full of microbes, or there could be some potential pathogens there, like fungi that could cause your seed to rot. So we don't want that. So fill it up with the seed starting mix or coco coir and make sure it's moist, like put enough moisture in there, but you don't want it soaked or like drenched completely. So if you put too much water, just make sure you squish it a little bit, squeeze it to get the excess water out. And that's pretty much it. That's all you need. Now I will show you how I crack the seeds. Okay, so what you want to do is take the cherry pit, put it between the two wire cutting ends, and then gently squeeze until it cracks, until you hear the cracking sound. See, it's a little bit slippery, so it takes some adjusting. Okay, this one is not good. See, it's a dud. Sometimes that's what happens. Not every seed is a viable seed. Okay, the next one. Okay, this one looks good. And then you repeat the process for the next one. So place it, try to get it in the middle. This one's a little bit shriveled up. We'll see. Take the next one. Another bad one. Next one. Yeah, this one looks fine. So I think you got the idea. Now I'll just quickly show you how I crack longer seeds, like plum seeds, because they're longer, so you have to try to go in the middle, otherwise you won't be able to pull the seed out, and they're a little bit harder to crack. Okay. So there it is. That's one. And as I said, you just repeat the process until you get the desired number of seeds. After you're done with that, you take your glass of water and you place all the seeds inside. If you see one of the seeds floating or a few of them floating, just take those seeds and discard them, because if the seed floats, that means it's not viable. Viable seeds sink to the bottom. So now you want to just leave this overnight, like for 12 hours, 16 hours, fine, until the next morning. You want to rehydrate the seeds. You want them to swell up. That will greatly increase, it'll speed up the time of germination. Because if you don't do it, it might even take a few months. If you do it, sometimes 2 to 3 weeks, in 2 to 3 weeks they'll germinate. After we had them sitting in water overnight, the next morning you need to dump the water out, place the seeds in the bag with soil, or I should say seed starting mix. And then just move the soil around, make sure they're all nicely covered. If some are not completely covered, that's okay. The next thing you want to do is take a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, not even half, just sprinkle some cinnamon in the bag. And again, just mix it up a little bit, move it around, spread it around. The reason why we put cinnamon in the in the seed starting mix is to prevent the fungal development, because cinnamon has antifungal properties, and that way we will protect the seeds from any diseases, rotting, and the next thing you want to do is take this bag, seal it, and put it in the fridge. The reason why we put the seeds in the fridge is because all the stone fruit seeds need to go through the period of sitting in the cold. It's called stratification. It happens in nature. When the fruit falls on the ground, it starts to rot, and it sits there, and then the winter comes, the cold weather, the snow, and this whole time the seed sits there, and then when the spring comes, when the weather gets warmer, it signals the seed receives the signal to start sprouting, and so we want to mimic the nature, and that's why it has to go in the fridge. So in about 3-4 weeks, it might take up to 2 months, depending on the seed, really. The soaking speeds up the process, but you really don't know. You know, some seeds sprout faster, some later. So just keep an eye on it, keep it in the fridge, and just check it from time to time to see whether there is any of them that sprouted. That's basically it. After exactly 3 weeks in the fridge, I managed to find only one that sprouted. Here it is. And I'm going to go ahead and plant it. The other ones I will plant later on as they emerge. So even though you soak the seeds, sometimes it takes even a month, even over a month for them to sprout. So just be patient and keep them in the fridge and keep checking. To plant this cherry seed, I'm going to use a mixture of coco coir, and coco coir comes in bricks like this one. And what you do is then you have to rehydrate it, so you put it in a bucket and you put a few gallons of water, and it will start absorbing it. And once you're done hydrating it, you'll end up with something like this. So what I do is I use half coco coir and half just regular topsoil, like the cheapest one you can get from the grocery store or wherever you do your shopping. And the reason I use coco coir is because it helps the soil retain moisture, but at the same time it also helps with the drainage, so no excess water stays in the soil. It doesn't make it like a muddy and which would be a breeding ground for fungi, and it would cause the root rot and other problems. So I do like 50-50 mix. So what I'm going to do right now is, this is too much, so from one brick this is how much you get. It's almost half a 5-gallon packet. So I'll put some in this empty bucket. And then I also add a little bit of organic fertilizer. I mean, you don't have to do that. You can put compost instead. But since I don't have any compost, I use Job's all-purpose well-balanced 444 organic fertilizer. I will just put 1 tablespoon of that. Next I'll put 1 tablespoon of bone meal. It's a slow release granular fertilizer. So it will not harm your plants because the nutrients will be released slowly. It will not burn it. And then you're going to add some soil. Okay. Mix it up well. can put it in a little bit more. The more coca-cola you put, the better it is. But at the same time, you also need soil, because soil contains microbes, and if there is no microbes, then your organic fertilizer will not work. That's mixed well enough. I'll be using this pot for starters. The soil will settle later on, so you can put a little bit extra. It'll be fine. Now, you just make a small hole. Get our seed, gentle, put a root down. It doesn't matter, like it'll align itself, but don't want to go too deep. Basically, the cotyledons should be just slightly above the soil level, or at the soil level, which should be showing. Make sure you get rid of all the air pockets, so just press the soil around it, and then we'll just move that away. We'll just water it really well. And that's it. The rest of the seeds will go back to the fridge, and I will keep you updated on the progress. Today is exactly 1 week since the seed was planted. As you can see, it's doing really well. He's got his first set of leaves. And yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, please comment in the section below. And if you found this video helpful in any way, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks a lot for watching. Happy gardening and all the best.